Hi, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a pick a card reading for you, and this reading is going to be all about your fairy tale, your happily ever after, and what it's going to take to get there. Okay, so we have three groups. Group number one with the spirit quartz. Group number two with the witch finger. And group number three with the amethyst. So go ahead and make your selection, and then we'll go ahead and get right into group number one. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, okay? Information for personal readings are down below each video in the description box below. And let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, group number one with the spirit quartz here. Let's go ahead and take a look at your reading. So the first cards here is telling me a little bit about you and your fairy tale. All the cards that I have in my pick a cards are chosen by spirit, okay? They're never chosen by me. All right, so these genuinely came out. We have Hansel and Gretel for your fairy tale here, okay? And this is about survival. This is about ingenuity. So the first thing I'm getting here with you, group number one, is that you might feel like you were abandoned by those who are supposed to love you, like maybe your parents. You know, with Hansel and Gretel, I feel like you're very close to your siblings. But what I'm seeing here is, you know, with the story of Hansel and Gretel, they're deliberately abandoned by their natural father and their stepmother, right? And it's the stepmother who persuades the natural father to let his children starve to death. So it's almost like, I feel like for you, pile number one, you had a really rough childhood. Maybe you even had to like take care of yourself, fend for yourself. You might have even had to take care of your siblings as well. You may have even felt like attacked, let down, disappointed, or abandoned by your parents, by people in your family, those who were supposed to love you, is another thing that I'm seeing. All right. I also feel like with Hansel and Gretel, it's like a lot of your life you felt lost, or during your childhood you may have felt very lost, is another thing that I'm picking up, because they were lost in the woods, right? And it was scary. And I feel like that's been kind of like your experience up until this point, just feeling very lost in the world. But this has made you very clever. So you've learned to be very, very clever. You've learned how to plan for yourself and follow through. And I think that what you're not seeing here is that you are actually an inspiration to other people, and with what you've been through. And you're actually an inspiration to your siblings as well. Okay. You know how to survive because you've been put to that test. You've had to take care of yourself. So you do know how to survive, right? And you have very strong leadership skills because of this. Okay. You also have a very compassionate, a very caring heart, because you've been through the worst of it. So, you know how to show love. You know how to show compassion. You might even, might want to work with children to heal children who felt as lost as you did, right? So that could be a natural talent that you've developed from what you have been through personally. And I feel like because of this, you're always like one step ahead of those who are after you, those who wish to harm you. You can just see that in people. So you have like this inherent quality to be able to see people for who they really are and their real intentions, okay? I also feel like you're very, very courageous. You're able to show courage under very difficult circumstances because of what you've been through. Okay. And I think that you are really a true like defender of people who love you, of people who feel like they can't defend themselves. So I see you as being like this defender of people who have been through what you've been through. While you're a very strong leader, I think that you also know how to work well in teams, okay? You're very resourceful, you're quick thinking, and you're protective, okay? So that's another thing that I'm seeing here, and this is all because of the experiences that you've had in your life and what you have been through, okay? So let's keep going here. All right, we have who in the world are you? And it says getting to know the new you. So with this energy here, what I'm picking up is you're still carrying around a lot of that pain, a lot of that distrust from childhood, and maybe even like that lack mentality, feeling like you don't have anyone, no one cares, you know, about you, things like that. Spirit's saying that's in the past, right? Like you've been through that hard point in your life. So now it's time to allow the good times to come in. It's time to allow, you know, the universe to bring balance and karma to you, to balance out what is your own experiences. And Spirit is saying it's time to get to know the new you. You're no longer that lost child, right? You're no longer that lost child. You've made your way through the darkness. You found your way through the forest, right? And it's time to get to know the real you. It's time to heal from the past wounds, and it's time to start helping to heal others, because you have this wonderful talent inside of you to be able to connect and heal parts and places in others that other people cannot do. And this is from your personal life experiences, okay? So we have light dancer as well, illumination, the radiant self, the shining soul. This is allowing your soul to shine, okay? I feel like a lot of times you're very critical of yourself from what you've been through. Okay, a lot of times you might feel like people don't see the true you, people don't care enough. You might even feel like you just can't like get ahead, you just can't make it in this world, in this life. And that's that lost child speaking, right? That's your Hansel and Gretel speaking inside of you. So Spirit's saying you're no longer that person, okay? You've traveled through the forest and you've made it out the other side. So now it's time to let your inner radiant self shine. Allow yourself to shine. Allow yourself to be who you really are. And it's time to get to know the real new you, okay? Is what Spirit is saying here. So really beautiful energy. And you know what? The 6 with the 24 light dancer, it's all about balance. Spirit wants to bring you this beautiful balance and beautiful karma, okay? But first you have to step into that light. Heal those childhood wounds, heal what you've been through, realize that you're no longer lost in the forest, right? That you have made it on the other side. And now you're on the other side of that instead of being a child who is lost and scared. You know, you are a courageous adult who's been through those rough things as a child. And now you can actually break karma for other people who are going through that, other, you know, even children who are going through that. You specifically know what they need and what they need to hear to be able to heal, okay? Because you've been through that personally. So you just have that extra special touch. This last card is going to be advice for how to get you to your happily ever after, okay? All right, so let's get some tarot here. Okay, Spirit, tell me about Hansel here. Okay, yeah, look at that. We got the Tower, and it came out in reverse. Okay. So yes, I feel like you have been like I feel like for you, group number one, you've been kind of devastated from your childhood. It's like you were very focused on survival for a very long time, that you never really got to know yourself at a soul level, because you were so focused on survival. And Spirit's saying that's over now. Tower in reverse. Okay. You can begin to heal that. Spirit, tell me about Gretel. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we got the Two of Pentacles and the Sun in reverse. All right. So with these cards, you know, you've really been struggling is what I feel. And it's like, I feel like you have a fear of speaking up or letting people know and see the real you. You also have problems trusting people because of what you've been through in your childhood and in your past. So you have problems trusting people. You have problems believing people are genuine or have your best interest at heart as well. Okay. So I think that you've been struggling. And you've also been struggling that people have been seeing the real you. You want people to see the real you, but you feel like they don't see it. And it's because, you know, you haven't gotten to know who you truly are yet at a soul level. All right. You haven't gotten to know that part of you that's been illuminated, that has stepped inside of the light, that recognizes and realize that you are through the worst of it, that you'll never have to go through what you went through again, ever, that you can heal it, that you can let it go. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that you've been struggling, holding on to that and not allowing yourself to step into the light with the Sun here. Okay, not allowing yourself to heal from those childhood issues. You've been struggling to hold on to them, and Spirit's saying it's time to let it go. It's time to get to know yourself. Okay. Spirit, tell me about who in the world are you? Again, we got the King of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, so you don't realize how abundant you actually can be in this life. You're meant to really experience abundance. You're meant to experience security in this lifetime. But Spirit's saying first you have to get to know you and realize that you're allowed to open yourself up to that. You're allowed to trust the universe. You're allowed to have faith. You're allowed to have somebody to depend on, to rely on. Because what I'm seeing here, pile number one, is that you've been walking through life saying, I don't need anyone. I don't need to rely on anyone. I don't need to depend on anyone. I only need me. I can't trust anyone. Right? And a part of that is because you've only had yourself to rely on, but there are people that want to be there for you, is another thing that I'm seeing here. And you are meant to find your abundance in this life. And I think that, again, you are a natural born leader, but this is about having faith in yourself enough to know who you are, and that you're allowed to accept and allow this abundance to come into your life. Okay. There's been financial blockages because of this as well. So Spirit is saying to let go of that, allow the sunlight to come in, step into the illumination, allow the sun to radiate yourself, allow your soul to shine with what it's been through. Turn those negative experiences into a helping hand for someone, right? That's what I'm seeing. And I think that could also help your self-esteem as well. It could be very healing for you at a soul level. Spirit, tell me more about Light Dancer. Yeah, we got the Two of Swords. So yeah, you are not allowing yourself to step into this light right now. And Spirit's like, it's time to make a decision. Because what I'm seeing here, pile number one, is that you've kind of been holding on to two worlds. You have two worlds, one in each hand. One world is the world you came from. okay? And the other world is the world you're living in now. And it's almost like you're not fully in either one of those worlds because you're holding on to both. So Spirit's saying it's time to fully step into the world you're going into, the world that you're in, not the one that you were in, right? And I think that when you look back on your memories, when you look back on that time, it does seem like you were in a totally different world. Spirit's like, it's time to let go of that world. It's time to realize that you've journeyed through it. Okay? Allow yourself to receive abundance. Allow yourself to know how powerful you are, how strong you are. So what I'm seeing for you is your happily ever after is having people around you who you actually can depend on, who you feel secure with, who you don't have to hold anything back from communication with. You no longer have to struggle, and they don't see you that way in their eyes either. So they see you for who you really are. They love you for your compassionate heart and nothing else. And I also think that you struggled a lot as a child with like maybe even poverty, feeling like you don't have enough. And another thing I'm seeing is that you are meant to have financial security in this life, because it is the karmic balance for you. Okay. So your advice on how to get there, we got the lion beings. Look at that. And this is about authority. This is about authenticity and look, balance. Okay. And here's what it says. We are the lion beings, an ancient guardian race that prides ourselves on self-expression and knowing that we are divine. We want you to experience true life by being the true you. We are a very balanced race of beings as we have integrated all aspects and polarities within. Our presence introduces us before we speak. You feel us and know that we have great authority, though we are also childlike, warm and soft. Your true self is just like this. We find great joy in mirroring this to you. There is no reason to fear anymore. It is safe to just be you. Your soul is much bigger than you even know. Soon you will discover this and be able to roar like a lion, even with the heart of a hummingbird. When you do embrace your authentic self and your greatness, know that people will come to dim your shine, just as they did before. For they are poor within their spirit and temples and do not understand the difference between humility and knowing who you are, the difference between confidence and arrogance. Jesus said to not hide your light, but to put it up high where all can see, so it gives light to everyone in the house. As you activate the light within yourself, you activate it within others. So stand tall and be the shining sun of unity you truly are inside. So all that you've ever wished for, all that you've ever dreamed of having, that you really wanted in your heart in regards to love, in regards to having people that understand you, that see the real you, that see you for your heart, for your compassion, that is all coming to you. Okay, that's your happily ever after. And this was your advice to get there. All right, so that's a reading for you, pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching. You can leave me a like and a comment if it resonated for you. And I will talk to you later. Bye. Hello, for those of you who have chosen pile number 2 with the beautiful witch finger here, let's go ahead and start your reading. Okay, so the first card is going to be a little bit about you, your story, your fairy tale, okay, for this life. Okay, we have what comes of picking flowers, greed, and it is a number 23, which is a 5, okay? So right away, I feel like for you, pile number 2, you've been through a lot of pain in your life, okay? I feel that for you, there's been specifically pain, people who wanted to take advantage of you, wanted to take things that you had, okay? And Okay. So basically, what I'm seeing for you, pile number two, you've had a really rough time with relationships. You feel like you've made a lot of bad choices in your past. You feel that people have taken advantage of you. You feel that people like wanted to take what you had, is another thing. And I feel like for you, it's like throughout your life, you've always felt like when you go for something, you get shut down, you get crashed down. And it's like everything that you've tried in the past to do for yourself, to work out for yourself, has always kind of crashed and failed, or you've ended up getting hurt. So I'm seeing there's a lot of hurt in your past, especially in regards to relationships, and in regards to finances too. It's like you just can't seem to get yourself steady. Okay, you might have even had problems with like debt and things like that in your past, but also relationships. You feel like you've made very bad choices in relationships. You feel like you've been in very hard and very bad relationships. Okay, is another thing that I'm seeing for you. And it's like you feel like it's just your energy. It's just like that path for you, that's what you're meant to experience. And I'm also getting the number three. Okay, so I'm seeing the number three. And I also think that a lot of people who have come to like kind of aid you, especially significant others, if you're feminine, this would be masculine energies in regards to relationships, like, oh, I want to help, that type of energy. They have taken advantage of you. They have put you in a worse spot, right? That's how you feel. So it's like you always feel like you're just being taken from, and no matter what, you just make these bad choices, like to no fault of your own, though. It's like it just ends up that way. I'm also seeing the number three. So right now, the number three is very strong for you and activated for you. So right now, this is also an activation for you, pile number two, about the number three. And it's a powerful activator telling you, listen, the worst is behind you. And I'm not just saying that. That's really what this card is about, that the worst is now behind you. And there's a brand new beginning manifesting for you in regards to abundance, okay? In regards to happiness. You've been through a lot of loss in your life as well. I feel that you've been through a lot of loss. And Spirit is saying there's always a way, okay? And you will find a way. You will find your way specifically. So what's right for you isn't always right for everyone else. Okay, you have your own special way, your own special lessons that you are meant to learn in this life, right? Even if they are very hard. Okay, and Spirit is saying you're very connected to nature. That nature will offer the solutions to all your problems. Spirit is reminding you to stay calm, because I think you have a tendency to kind of get out of your energy sometimes, you know, especially because of all you've been through. And because you've been through such a hard time in relationships. It's like you have a hard time trusting people. You might even get triggered with people, especially when you feel like they're trying to take advantage of you. And Spirit's saying, remember to stay calm, okay? Remember the law of three, okay? Whatever pain you've been through that someone else has caused upon you will come back to them times three, okay? So Spirit's saying by staying calm, by not engaging in that, you're not engaging in that negative times three karma. You're going to be getting your karma cleared by just staying calm. All right. But yeah, I feel like you're not very close with your friends, with your family. You feel very betrayed by a lot of them. A lot of them have problems with taking advantage of people. A lot of them seem kind of greedy, as another thing. Okay. Um, I'm also feeling like there's someone here that wants to help you. Okay, pile number two, there's someone here with their hand out. They are genuine. They do want to genuinely help you in your situation. I feel that this is a masculine energy. It could be a brother. It could be a friend, or a romantic partner. But there's someone that genuinely is thinking about you, and they have their hand out wanting to help you. Okay. All right, so we have set your course, know where you wish to go, and have a plan in the right direction. Okay. So Spirit is saying a lot of times for you, it's like you don't even realize what direction you want to go. You don't have a plan. It's like a lot of times you've just been kind of winging it, you know? And part of that is because you've been through so much. It was very hard for you to think for your future. It was very hard for you to think about the course that you wish to go in, because it seemed like every time you went in a certain direction, you know, it would crash, it would burn, it would fail in front of you. Okay, but Spirit is saying this time is different. Okay, Spirit saying all of those times in the past where that's happened, it's because that path wasn't right for you. You have a very specific path that you're meant to follow. Okay, and this is just creating a plan for yourself and going in that right direction. Look, we have 23, 22, and 10. All right, so there's a lot of twos here. You could be seeing 2, 3, 2, 2 as well. And this is Spirit communicating with you, saying it's time to start your new beginning. Okay. And one message I'm getting from Spirit is that this new beginning for you, pile number 2, might entail going back to the past, going back to home, going back to your roots, to where you started. So Spirit is kind of wanting you to look backwards, like 23, 22, look back at the beginning, look back at where you started. Okay, there's a path there, there's an initiation and your origin. Okay, it's like your origin story. Spirit wants you to go back to your origin story, and there's somebody there waiting for you. I really feel this is a masculine energy, and you are very close with them, and this is someone who does have your best interest at heart. Okay, but Spirit is saying go back to your origin, go back to your roots, to find this path, to set your course. Okay, know where you wish to go. So this is an initiation into this brand new beginning, but the beginning does entail going back to your past. So that's a very specific message that I'm getting for you, pile number 2. So let's get some tarot here. Spirit, tell me about what came of picking flowers. Okay, we got the 4 of Cups. So, yeah, I definitely feel like you kind of have a tendency to stuff down your emotions, right? That's what Spirit is telling me. Spirit's also telling me that they're trying to show you this path, right? But I think there's just like kind of a refusal to go back to your origins, to go back to your roots, because there's something about the environment to where you feel like there's a lot of pain attached to it. But Spirit is saying this is pain that you've been ignoring that actually does need healed. Okay. And there's somebody that wants to help you heal. Okay. This is someone you know. Again, it's a masculine energy. And they definitely have this cup of healing they're holding out towards you, but it's like you don't want it, or you're ignoring it, you're rejecting it. I think that Spirit has also been calling you to go home, wherever that may be for you. But it's like you're like, no, I'm rejecting that, right? So there's a lot of bitterness, okay, especially with the 10 of Swords in reverse. You're looking at it like you're done with that energy, you're done with everyone, and this could even be family, right? Like there is an ending and you don't want anything to do with them, and you feel like the people are trying to reverse this ending, and they've definitely stabbed you in the back in the past. But Spirit is saying there's something there you're missing. There's something there that you are missing, okay? And Spirit's wanting you to go back to heal from this pain. Spirit, tell me about set your course. Okay, we have the 8 of Swords. All right. And look, this says vampire written across her chest. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it says vampire. I've never noticed that before. Okay. So yeah, you are holding yourself back, actually. is what Spirit is telling me from your path. It's like you feel kind of directionless at times. We got the Nine of Swords that wanted to come out. You feel a little bit directionless at times. You don't know really what direction to go to, what to do with your life. I feel like for you, it's like you've burned a lot of bridges in the past with people, and it's like you don't wish to go back to those bridges. Okay. But again, there's something you're not seeing. Spirit's asking you to go back to your past. You could be dealing with some anxiety, insomnia, sleepless nights, and it's because there's healing that still needs to be taken place. But also, it's like that's something that you're refusing to see. That's something that you're refusing to go back to in your origins. Okay, there's something beautiful there waiting for you. A beautiful relationship, I feel, with a masculine. I'm feeling that very strongly. But I feel like for you, you've rejected any and everything that has to do with your past. Okay. There's also like a thing here about just going with the flow, not liking to have any plan for yourself. Spirit wants you to actually set a plan and a course for yourself. Okay. Because in that way, you've been holding yourself back from your happily ever after. All right. Spirit, tell me about this new beginning, this initiation, the Aurora Garden. So yeah, this is a 10. You could be seeing 1010, pile number 2 as well. I know we got a lot of syncs, but look, again, we have 10, 8, 9. Spirit's saying again, you have to go back to the past. You have to go back to your roots, to your origin, to your family. Okay, there's something there you're missing. All right. And again, we have, I believe this is the Page of Cups. Okay. You could be a Pisces. Someone you're dealing with could be a Pisces. All right. But this is about emotional healing. This is about emotional expression. Okay. Being able to heal and express those parts of yourself. Spirit's saying, go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. So they keep saying that for you, pile number 2. Okay. So there's a lot of emotional healing coming in. And the reason why you're having sleepless nights, anxiety, is because you've blocked so much out about your past, because you haven't expressed things. It's like you don't express how you feel. You just cut people off. You feel like that's easier, that's better for you. But Spirit's saying they want you to work more on expressing yourself, expressing how you feel, and that'll help with some of that anxiety as well. Okay, so brand new beginning for you, 1010, pile number 2. In order to start, in order to be initiated, you have to go back to your roots, okay, and your past. All right, so now let's, and you know, this happily ever after for you, pile number 2, actually is the new beginning you've been wanting, that you've always wanted. You've always wanted to just start fresh and clean, right? And that's what's going to happen for you. But what I'm seeing here is for you, a lot of times you've burned bridges, you've cut people off that were unhealthy for you. And you ended up being in the same type of relationship after that. So you've developed problems with trusting. You've developed problems with anxiety. And Spirit's saying, you know, it's time to go back to the past and heal the roots. That's your happily ever after. Okay. And the way to get there to your happily ever after, we have sweetness. Remember the sweetness of what you're going back to. Remember that not everything is always bad. There's always bad things. There's always good things. And I'm not condoning going back into an environment of abuse or anything like that. But this is simply going back to those who care about you. Going back to reconcile, okay, instead of leaving all those bridges burnt down. And being able to release the negativity instead of holding on to it. When you burn bridges, you're kind of holding on to it for life. It's time to let it go. All right. And we have your advice here says, you have closed your heart for far too long to the sweetness of spirit because of harm done to you in the past. Okay. Holding on to it is no longer serving you, pile number 2. Release the grudges, the bitterness. Release the hatred so you can soak in the sweetness of connection to your true essence. This is not really you, pile number 2. That's why I think Spirit wants you to go back to your roots so you can get to know the other part of you, the sweet part of you, okay, your true essence. You are a beautiful person, pile number 2, and you are robbing yourself of enjoying the golden nectar of who you really are when you are bitter. Anger can serve us in healthy ways, though hatred, it only hurts us. You are currently being offered a new chance at a beautiful life, but you cannot align with the new you and new blessings coming your way when you're clinging to the vibration of stagnancy and death, when you're holding grudges, when you're keeping those bridges burnt down. It is time to drop what no longer serves you and float like a butterfly, okay? Love yourself and enjoy the new energies that are coming in for you, 1010. The hard part is over now, pile number 2. Okay? It's time. And you know what? Your happily ever after is experiencing the sweetness of your true self, experiencing and getting to know your real self, your true essence, and yourself at a soul level. You are being asked, and you are being, Spirit's asking you to step up into this initiation, okay, into this brand new beginning. And this initiation is for your true heart, your true soul, getting to know the real you, letting go of all bitterness, all grudges, okay? So that is the reading for you, pile number 2. Thank you for being here. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, please leave me a like and a comment down below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, pile number 3 with the amethyst crystal here. This is your reading. This is your fairy tale, your happily ever after, and how to get there. Okay, so the first card we have for you is we have number 21. And the first thing I'm noticing is mirroring energy. We have 21 and 12. So you could be seeing 2112 as an extra clarification. And this is the 12 Dancing Princesses enchantment. That for you. Okay, so pile number 3. One thing I'm seeing about you is you might be from a very large family. You might be from a very strict family with a lot of rules. You might feel like you've had so many rules placed upon you and imposed upon you in your life that you had a hard time feeling free. You had a hard time feeling, like you do what you want to do. You've always felt like you've had to follow a different path, follow somebody else's set of rules for you. Okay, so what you've wanted is just to be free, is what I'm seeing here. Okay. Also, another thing I'm seeing here is that you might have had several engagements or several marriages even, or maybe engagements, serious commitments, okay, that just didn't work out for you. You really value your freedom, and I think it's because you were from a very strict childhood, a very strict household, okay? What I'm also seeing here I think that you might even have a hard time being understood. Okay, because for you it's like you want freedom, but I think that people have judged you in your life, okay, especially maybe your family with these strict rules, maybe even judge you as irresponsible, maybe even selfish, but You always felt like they were living their lives. They were doing what they wanted to do. Why couldn't you? Right? That's how you felt. You felt like you were living in the shadows of someone else, like you were just trying to be what someone else wanted you to be. Whether this be in family, with a father, with a mother, whether this be in relationships, marriage, it could be a theme throughout your life. So this is a theme that you've always had, right? And feeling just very misunderstood because of it. Okay. I think that you have really big dreams, pile number 3, and you've had them for a while. And I think that people have told you to give up on your dreams, not to continue following them, that to follow them is selfish, right? To follow them is irresponsible. And I think that you've considered giving up on your dreams, is another thing that I'm seeing here. Um, And again, I think that other people have had their own dreams for you, pile number 3. So whether this be a mother, a father, marriages, it's like they've always told you who and what you need to be. And it's like you felt like you were living someone else's dream. You weren't living for yourself. You always wanted that freedom that came along with it. Okay. I think you also have very, very vivid dreams. You're a dreamer. Okay. Um, so you have a tendency to kind of keep those things secret because you feel like people don't understand it, or they want to impose or place what they want for you into your life. Okay. And what I'm seeing for you is there is a time of excitement and a lot of activity coming in for you. There's new responsibilities coming in that are going to fit you, and it's not going to be what everyone else expects. It's not going to be what everyone else wants for you, but it's going to be ones that you're okay accepting, that you feel good accepting, right? That's what I'm seeing here. You're also going to find a partner, okay, that loves you, that respects you, that gives you your freedom, that doesn't try to place restrictions over you, over your spirit, that doesn't give you strict rules to follow, that doesn't have these like strict expectations of what you're supposed to be. So this is someone who loves you fully and only for you. So that's one of the things I'm seeing for you. Okay. Um, I'm also seeing that, like, one of the things that might help you is to move from big, large group activities to smaller groups to establish more intimacy. Okay. And also another thing here is that Spirit's saying while your freedom is good, sometimes you have a tendency to socialize a little bit too much and forget important events or activities that you're supposed to be doing. Okay. And I think that you're going through a major time right now to where no matter how old you are, it's like you're going through this growth spurt, this growth period of becoming yourself, becoming who you truly are, and knowing what you really want. So Spirit's saying right now is a really important time to focus on what it is that you truly want, instead of just focusing on being free, on, having fun. It's time to focus on what responsibilities can you take on that will make you feel freer, right? That will give you more freedom. So that's what Spirit wants you to focus on, okay? We have nature communication to go along with that, okay? Flower energies, fairy energies, elemental energies. You are very connected to the Fae realm, pile number 3. And I feel like you might even have a Fae spirit, even might have Fae lineage, okay? Because you have like that fairy energy. You just love to have fun. You love to talk and express yourself, and you love to dance. I think you love to dance. And it's like Spirit saying that's beautiful, but it's time to think about what responsibilities we can pick up that can add to that, that can add to that sense of freedom. Okay. So that message coming out here. Right, we also have the Light Priestess, Galactic Wisdom, Cosmic Ritual. Okay, so what I'm seeing here as well, I feel for you, pile number 3, that the Fae are very much communicating with you right now. Okay, you are very tuned in and tapped in to the fairy realm, and they do communicate with you. So Spirit is saying, like, to express that energy. You are an artist, pile number 3, and you are meant to express yourself in some sort of way. All right. Let's get some more cards here. And even if those around you don't understand you, you know, there will be people that do. There will be people that fully understand your art. And, you know, even like being an artist, you know, you have to take responsibility to be able to create the art, to be able to put it out there, you know. So Spirit, this is kind of like feeling that time of stepping into yourself and really kind of growing up, no matter how old you are. Because for you, pile number 3, you've always had like someone else placing all these expectations and things over you. So you didn't really have a chance to really grow into yourself. Right now, that's what I'm seeing. You're growing into yourself. Spirit, tell me about the 12 dancing princesses. Okay, we got 4 swords in reverse. It's time to stop holding back that expression. Okay, you have a beautiful expression, and it's time to stop holding it back. It's time to start getting serious. If it's art that you want to do, it's time to get serious about it. It's time to create a schedule, right? Okay. Spirit, tell me about nature communication. You also have a way with nature. I think you have a very green thumb. You might be like an herbalist or want to grow flowers, be a florist, something like that. Spirit saying go for it, you know. We have the Knight of Wands here. Okay, so this communication from the fairies come in very suddenly, and these fairy spirits are wanting you to move, wanting you to take action, to move forward, to start expressing yourself in a creative way. So these energies are very much asking you to do that, to stop holding back what you have to say, what you have to express, because it's so beautiful, and that you have all of this inherent galactic wisdom within you. Okay, you are a light priestess, and you've always felt that within your soul. So it's time to allow yourself to be this light priestess, and your art, whatever it is that you're going to be expressing, doing, is going to help so many people come out and be able to express what's on their heart, what's on their soul. All right. Spirit, tell me about the Light Priestess. Yeah, look at that. Number 6. 6 of Wands. You're going to be recognized for this, okay? Very much recognized for this. You're going to be recognized for your talents, recognized because you're very creative and communicating. Okay, you have a very enchanting way of communicating, and Spirit saying please go for it. No more holding back. It's time to claim that freedom by expressing yourself, and also claim your responsibility at the same time. And your happily ever after is that you're going to be very well known, very recognized for this art, for this expression. Okay, because it does carry with it such a feeling, an element of wisdom. And so for your advice on how to get there, you got the Swan Dance. This is about union, transmutation, beloved. On a midnight sun, 2 swans dance in the lake with 2 fountains until they merge as one. Swans are a symbol of the sacred marriage between the masculine and feminine within and without. Our most natural desire is to experience union with self and another, to experience God's love for you in another body, and a connection that is the essence of creation itself. Okay, so yeah, you want to feel that connection. Spirit's saying you can feel that by expressing yourself. Okay, you can bring life to your words, to your expression, and to others around you who are feeling lost, right? Okay, to be whole within yourself is beautiful, but to share your true nature with another you is one of the most sacred things on earth, pile number 2, and it's the most intimate. When we experience a higher soul bond, we're initiated into spiritual alchemy. True love is not about romance as much as it is about transmutation from lead to pure spiritual gold. And that's what you're going through, pile number 3. You are going through a transmutation from lead to pure spiritual gold. All you have to do is allow yourself to open up enough to express yourself. To wed our beloved is to wed all polarities within. A swan partner will awaken us to heaven and hell. They will mirror us at our highest and at our lowest, showing us our full potential and also that which keeps us from it. If you are dedicated to the divine and your full potential, you are destined to meet a higher soul connection in this life. Just keep doing your inner work, and someday you will meet another you. The love you share for each other will be the love you have for yourself. If you don't love yourself, they will show you where it is lacking. Your love will extend beyond yourselves as you share the heart of Christ. While you heal yourselves, you heal the world. You don't have to be perfect to meet your beloved. You only have to have a strong desire to be your true self and remember what true love is. Once you begin to dance a dance of opposites, it is quite the balancing act, and how willing you are to be authentic will determine if you will be like swans mating for life. Okay, so you're in your happily ever after. This is having a twin flame. This is having a soulmate. Okay, and I think you're going to meet this twin flame, this soulmate, but it's going to take opening up. Your twin flame wants to see the real you. Everyone wants to see the real you. You have a creative way and special way of expressing yourself that could literally send out vibrations to heal the entire world. And Spirit is pushing you to do that, pile number 3. Okay, so that is your reading. If it resonated with you, please leave me a like and a subscribe and a comment down below. And thank you for watching. I will talk to you later. Bye.